comic to TV crossovers are huge at the moment. As much so, if not more so, than the movies, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah,
They've been
definitely.
huge. And since they're such a big thing, we think it's high time that we spend a bit of time here at Kapow talking about them. So we've invited resident TV expert slash junkie Jill to come along and have a bit of a chat with us about these comic to TV crossovers. Today we're going to start with The Flash and Supergirl. Now, Flash, having finished its first season,
Yes.
Jill, what did we think?
I thought it was fantastic. There's a great diversity in the characters, the story is fun, and you don't need to be a comic reader to like this show.
So you think it's going to be a good thing for bringing in non-fans?
Oh, definitely. Like, it has a crime genre about it, so I think people that are into shows like that are going to be interested, and the superhero element is just an added bonus, so... yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, it's got that, Monster of the Week thing in there.
Yes.
Who is your favourite villain from this? I think because
my
Flash
God,
is so
okay.
defined by his villains. There's a lot of great ones in this first
There
season.
is.
Who's your favourite?
Okay, well, the Grodd episode was incredible, but I have to say, just for the cheese factor, Captain Cold.
Oh, yes. No, he did a great job, though, didn't he?
He
He was
did,
really
yeah.
owning the
He
fact that...
owned the cold puns, oh my god.
Oh, he did. He wasn't afraid of them. And
No.
you got to respect that.
And he wasn't afraid of hamming up. Like,
Absolutely.
he was pretty serious actor in Prison Break.
Yep.
This is a completely different role for
Oh,
him, but
very
it's
much
so
so.
much. You can tell he's having fun.
Yeah, and he's doing the crossover into, what is it, Heroes of
Legends of
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
That's it.
another series.
Yes, so he's going to be a lead in that. Now, Flash has really successfully brought in a new fan base, but I think it's kind of siphoned off a bit of that from Arrow, from having
Yes.
started off there.
Definitely.
What did you think of that as a ploy to start off the series?
I think it was clever. I was watching Arrow, so when the Flash appeared, Barry Allen, you knew what was coming. And it's like, new characters. So to carry that over into its own series, you didn't need the whole starting point at the start of the series to say, this is how he became the Flash, because it was already covered.
Yeah.
But I think the backstories for everyone were covered really concisely in the Flash, so there wasn't a lot of need for an in-depth story.
And we've had the crossovers as well since then with
Yes,
Arrow,
yes.
which has been a nice thing to sort of cross-feed the fans in between the two
Definitely.
shows.
And it's not just between Arrow and Flash themselves as the characters, but also their teammates and the B characters, I suppose you call
Sure,
them.
yeah, they go
and
for a
you get a lot
visit,
of
yeah.
camaraderie between the two shows. So
There is, and there's a nice feeling about it when you've got
Yeah.
some of them, like you've got Gotham, it's got quite a dark feel to it.
Yes.
The Flash is a nice counterpoint to that when you say it's got a
Definitely.
lighter tone.
It brightens the Arrow universe as well, which is quite a bit gritty. But seeing the characters build relationships between the two series is a lot of fun too.
Yeah. Now, wrapping up, the all-important final question.
Yes.
What is your rating for this series? Although I think I already know.
I give it a buy.
Oh, yes.
I mean, it has its low points. I guess some of the character development gets a little bit lost along the way, but overall, you don't need to be a comic fan. It's really accessible and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. It's a big buy from me as well. I've loved every minute of it, yelled at every little Easter egg, like, oh, Max Mercury, things like that. It just got me
Yes.
very excited. So, yeah, it's great for fans, great for non-fans to
Yeah.
become fans. Now, going from a show that's finished its first season to a show that's not going to be joining us until November, although the first episode has leaked in much the same way as the first episode of Flash leaked months before it actually aired. So, Supergirl, what did we think of the first episode?
Okay, well, I think a lot of people have probably seen the extended trailer, the 6-minute long thing, and have written it off as a Devil Wears Prada meets Supergirl ripoff.
Yeah.
So I can...
That is the impression it gives, yeah.
I can safely say that after watching the entire of the first episode, there is enough punching that it saves itself.
That's a relief.
Yes.
Okay, so it doesn't rest back too heavily on that sort of bumping into things at
Yeah.
work, dropping coffee, that
It's
sort
not
of...
the bumbling Clark Kent of Supergirls.
Okay.
It's a slice of life TV series based around a woman and her world. But then they bring in the Supergirl, they bring in the action, and it all goes from there. It's a lot of fun.
Okay, so a lot of these things, they live or die on one thing, and that's really how the powers are represented. Because
Right.
if that looks naff, you're just not going to buy
Yeah.
any of it. So how's the CG in this one?
Right, well, we've come a long way since Smallville and from Lois and Clark, so
Oh, a
I
hell of a
can
long way.
tell you that the flying scenes are not fist out in front flying.
I would have liked that for nostalgia, just a little bit of that.
It's more real world, so it's believable.
All right.
And I think the special effects, and especially when it comes to the strength and the eye powers and stuff like that, it's more believable.
Okay, so has she started off with her full set of powers, or are we going to see a slow growth?
She has her powers, but she doesn't use them every day. This is not the person that she is.
Right.
There's a turnaround point, which you've probably seen in the trailer, and from there, that's when everything kicks in. And then she's a natural.
Okay, cool. That's an interesting way of taking it, rather than with Flash we saw him slowly getting a handle on his powers.
Right, yeah.
So it's interesting they're just sort of starting her off with
Yeah.
with a full quiver.
It's not a fresh thing for her. She's been on Earth for, I think, about 10 years now, so she's
grown up with
she's
her powers
adapted
at this
to the
point.
powers, yeah.
Okay. Now, we said earlier with Flash, one of the most important elements is the cast of characters.
Right.
How's that looking in Supergirl?
Good. There's like pivotal characters. There's probably about 5 of them that are central to the story. So there's going to be a lot of development there. And I think the addition of Jimmy Olsen is a little bit of a...
Which is a nice link up.
Yeah, it's
to
going to bring
the Big Boy
Superman
Scout.
fans
Yeah.
over, and yeah, I think it's going to be a good bridge.
Okay, excellent. Now, I can't really speak too much on this one because I haven't actually seen the first episode myself,
Yeah.
but rating-wise, what would you go with?
I'm going to give it a borrow. While I did enjoy the first episode, I'll definitely back for the second one. Some people may not be that into it.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Well, I urge people to check it out, see
Yeah,
what
give
you
it a
think,
try.
or wait till November if you like, so you can so you don't have the frustration of wanting to continue and
Yeah,
then getting on.
exactly.
We will be back with our next episode. We'll hopefully have you back talking about
Yes,
some more TV.
I'd love to come back.
Hopefully about how angry I am they cancelled Constantine. And thank you for coming once again.
Thank you, Al. See ya.